Plaintiff Donna Bryant Johnson says the defendant is her nephew, and growing up, he hung out with gangbangers and drug dealers. Donna claims the defendant ended up going to prison for grand theft auto, and after he was released, he felt resentment towards their family. She's suing him today for funeral costs. Defendant Alan Bryant insists he does not resent his family, and they owe him nothing. Alan admits that he sold drugs at a young age, and his family was constantly asking him for handouts, but he insists he doesn't owe Donna anything.
Start with you.
First of all, I want to say I love me some Judge Mathis. Your wife not here today, is she?
Not today.
Okay, moving forward, Your Honor.
Thank you, though.
This is my nephew, Alan Bryant. We pretty much grew up together, few age different. While I was in school getting my degree, Alan was out hanging with the wrong crowd. Drug dealers. He even went to jail for grand theft auto. When Alan was released from prison, he was walking around with this chip on his shoulder. He even had resentment toward the family. And I'm thinking all of this was because while he was in prison, none of the family members visited him. Why? I don't know. But I do know he was making several calls to the family members.
How old was he?
He was early 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So he came out with a chip on his shoulder.
Yes, yes. And he continued to stay on the wrong path.
Okay. Like
He
what?
was always trying
Like
to con people
What does
out
he
of
do?
money, conning people out of money.
Okay. Give
And
me an example.
that's why I have him here today.
Give me an
he
example.
owes my
Other
mother.
than this, not this, something else.
Okay, he owes my mother money today.
All right. How did he
Yeah.
con her, though?
Telling her that he would pay her as soon as he got out.
Okay. You ever been late on any bill in your life?
Yes, sir.
Were you conning?
No, sir.
All right. You just late on the bill. Go ahead. Let me hear from you. He just hadn't paid his bill. Go ahead. Let me hear from you.
Let me state this. I have no resentment towards my family because they owe me nothing.
Okay.
I did go to prison, sold drugs at a young age, and did the wrong things. My family is used to me having money. And by them used to me having money, when times would come up, they need to borrow something. It's not $20, $30, it's hundreds of dollars they want to borrow.
What years were these?
These were in my 20s, my 30s, and even to my 40s.
Okay.
It's just recently, within the last 3 years, I don't have money like that anymore, so I can't make loans like that anymore. I work a regular job. After going to prison 3 times, I decided that's not a life I want to live. So got myself together and got a trade, and I work like everybody else now. I go to work and live paycheck to paycheck.
What type of trade did you get?
HVAC, sir.
Good. What year?
I got the trade in my 20s, but I didn't start using it until about 37 years old.
All right. So you still had the qualifications, and
Yes, sir.
everybody that's listening and watching today, they should see that. Just get the skill, whether you use it or not. One day when you do decide to use it, it'll be right there for you. How long did it take you for that? 18 months?
Yes, sir.
18 months?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
See, did 18-month program and skill for the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
Good to hear that. Now that's real rehabilitation.
While I was in school getting my degree, Alan was out hanging with the wrong crowd. Drug dealers. He even went to jail for grand theft auto.
Plaintiff Donna Bryant Johnson is suing her nephew, who she claims spent time in prison for grand theft auto.
She has been all right with you for the most part?
I've never had a problem with my aunt. We've never spent a whole lot of time together, and I never spent a whole lot of time with the Bryant side of my family.
You grew up in the house with us, Alan.
No, I did not.
Alan?
No, I did not.
Now this is a big one y'all telling. Somebody's telling a real big one. And you know, one of you all know whether he grew up in the same house or not. No confusion,
At
no
the age
mistake.
of 5 years old, I did not spend time in my grandmother's house except for an occasional holiday.
All right. And your lawsuit regarding the funeral costs, tell me about it. How does he owe for that?
Yes, sir. October 2015, my oldest brother, which is Alan's father, passed away. We found out that he did not have insurance. So we sat down together as a family, including Alan. We sat and talked on how we're gonna come up with this 4521. Me and my family collected $2,900. I met Alan at Jason Bushline Funeral Home. I gave Alan $2,900. Alan told me, I said, we're good. He said, yes. So Alan, I gave him the money. He went into Jason Bushline Funeral Home to pay for the service. My sister and I left, went to the grocery store to shop for the repast meal. An hour later, I get a phone call from Jason. Donna, your nephew paid all but $1,621.
All but $1,621?
All but $1,621 from the 4521. I called Alan. Alan, why didn't you give Jason the entire 4521? Alan said to me, Auntie, I had to run off for a minute. I'm gonna take him the remaining. Alan, the service is tomorrow. Auntie, okay.
I had to run off, meaning what?
He said he had to leave the funeral home to run an errand. I called Jason back. Jason, give him an hour. Jason said, Donna, your nephew not coming back. Why Jason felt that way, I don't know. Okay, an hour came and passed, Your Honor. No Alan. Jason called me back. Donna, if I don't get the 1621, I'm bringing your brother's body back to the funeral home. There would be no graveside service. I said, Jason, you can't do that to my family.
This money was to come from him?
Yes, sir.
His share?
Yes, sir.
That was his share?
With the GoFund account and the 900.
What GoFund account?
He set up a GoFund account. I want to give you. The last I saw was 521.
Okay, so 521 was to go as his portion. What other portion was to be his?
The 900 out of my brother's checking account, bank account.
How did he get access to that? He was the administrator, or he?
My brother's roommate gave Alan's his father bank card
All right,
and his
he told
PIN
you he
number.
would put that 900 toward the funeral?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, what do you say?
The money from the bank card, there never was any money on the card. The GoFundMe account was $328. Once they got their fees, I was sent $268. The money from his disability check never came.
There was no such $900.
No, it never.
All right.
It never
And so
was
all
on
you
his
ever
card.
received is $268.
From the GoFundMe, yes, sir.
All right. And had you committed to an additional amount?
No, sir.
You never said you'd pay.
I said I would help with what I could.
Okay.
And I pawned my truck title. I had a little savings. I took the money from the family that was donated. $3,800 is what was given to the funeral home, to Aubrey Bushlawn. She got a rate down. That's her ex-boyfriend.
We were talking about what you contributed. Say it again,
I
because it sounds
contributed
like
$1,000, sir.
1,000?
Yes, sir.
All right, because I thought I heard you say 268 you received. So you traded in your truck or something?
I pawned my truck
And
title.
received 1,000?
No, I received $700.
All right, and you combine that with the 268 for 1,000 that you contributed?
Plus the money that the family had donated, which was in my care.
And they put it in your hand?
Yes, sir.
How much, $2,900?
No, $1,500 is what was collected from the family.
Okay, so she never gave you, no one gave you $2,900?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. So
I have it from Jason Bushline Funeral Home, a receipt here, Your Honor.
Saying what?
He stated what was given to him. They was outside when he collected this.
Who was outside?
Jason Bushline Funeral Home, my sister, and Alan.
Says you were in charge of the funeral arrangements, chose services that came to 4551. And on Friday, October 16th, Mr. Alan Bryant paid $2,900 towards the funeral bill, which left a balance of $1,621. Before the services on the same day, Ms. Donna Bryan Johnson inquired about the balance. Once she found that the services might be canceled, she paid $1,621.
When Alan was released from prison, he was walking around with this chip on his shoulder. He even had resentment toward the family, and I'm thinking all of this was because while he was in prison, none of the family members visited him. Why? I don't know.
Plaintiff Donna Bryan Johnson is suing her nephew, who she claims spent time in prison for grand theft auto.
All right. Funeral director says you only paid $2,900, which is the amount she said the family collected, and it says she had to pay the balance. Why are you only asking for $1,246 if it's $1,621?
On October the 31st, a family member sent me $375.
Okay.
So I deducted $375 from the $1,621.
Any further comments, sir?
No.
All right. Judgment for the plaintiff. The funeral director is the only independent evidence I have here.
Thank you,
Judgment
Your
for
Honor.
the plaintiff.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Thank you. She's still my nephew, and I love you. And I hate we had to bring this all the way to Chicago from Georgia and Alabama. This make no sense. That was my brother and your father.